The news broke like a thunderclap on a humid Manila morning. Breaking Philippines in talks for F-16 Vipers. The headlines flashed on television screens and echoed from radios in jeepneys stuck in traffic. For a moment, the entire nation seemed to hold its breath. The F-16 Fighting Falcon, a symbol of American air power, was suddenly a real possibility for the Philippine Air Force. This wasn't just another military acquisition, it was a statement. In the markets of Cebu, vendors huddled around a smartphone, faces lit by the news. Fishermen in Palawan looked up at the sky, imagining the jets already there. The F-16 was more than a machine, it was a symbol of sovereignty and a promise that the Philippines would no longer be a bystander in its own waters. Social media erupted with "Double F-16PH" and "Defend the West Philippine Sea." Young Filipinos shared memes and videos, fueling a surge of national pride. But beneath the excitement, anxiety simmered. Billions of dollars. A staggering sum for a country with urgent needs. Some saw a protector in the sky, others saw the shadow of massive debt. The F-16 Viper had landed in the heart of the national consciousness, forcing every Filipino to confront a defining question about the country's future. The F-16 announcement split the national conversation in two. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. On talk shows, campuses, and online. The core dilemma: guns versus butter. Should limited resources go to military hardware or social programs? Advocates for defense pointed to tensions in the West Philippine Sea, arguing the F-16 was a necessity, not a luxury. They insisted that economic prosperity is meaningless if the nation can't protect its borders and resources. Critics, just as passionate, highlighted overcrowded classrooms and underfunded hospitals. Their rallying cry: how can we buy fighter jets when our people are hungry? They argued the true threats were poverty, inequality, and disasters. Not foreign navies. Social media became a battleground. One post showed an F-16 intercepting an intruder, the next a child studying by candlelight. The debate was raw and polarizing, revealing a fundamental disagreement about national strength. Is strength measured by military might, or by the well-being of citizens? The F-16 forced the Philippines to look in the mirror and ask what it truly valued. The conversation was no longer abstract. It was personal, urgent, and everywhere. The nation was at a crossroads, debating not just jets, but its very identity. The debate echoed through daily life across the archipelago. In Manila's coffee shops, young professionals argued for deterrence, while NGO workers countered with stories of communities lacking electricity and schools. Newspaper editorials offered starkly contrasting views. One day, a retired admiral praised the Viper's strategic value. The next, an economist calculated how many schools or hospitals the jet's price could fund. At dinner tables, parents and children found themselves on opposite sides, one arguing for national pride, the other for social justice. These were not easy conversations, but they were everywhere. Even in remote barangays, local radio hosts took calls from farmers worried about typhoons and fisherfolk fearing foreign harassment at sea. The F-16 was no longer just an aircraft, it was a catalyst for a national conversation about identity and destiny. The debate amplified the diverse realities of Filipino life. It highlighted the gap between strategic concerns and everyday struggles. The roar of the debate was the sound of a nation grappling with its own complex identity. Every voice, from city towers to rural coasts, became part of the story. The F-16 was now a symbol of both hope and hard choices. The nation was being forced to define what truly mattered. The price tag of the F-16 deal sparked outrage and confusion. News reports threw around billion-dollar figures, shocking the public. Critics warned of social services being gutted to pay for jets. But this image of a massive upfront payment was misleading. Major defense acquisitions are rarely paid in one go. They're structured over decades. The headline figure includes not just jets, but training, support, and weapons. Payments are spread out in installments, like financing a national highway. This long-term approach prevents a sudden shock to the budget. Finance and defense departments work together to ensure payments are sustainable. The real debate isn't hospitals versus jets this year, but a manageable portion of future budgets. The question becomes, can the Philippines commit a fraction of its budget for credible air defense? Understanding this reality reframes the debate. Informed public discourse starts with knowing how these deals actually work. If countries don't pay billions in cash, how do they afford these jets? The answer: creative financing. Long-term loans from the seller's country, often with low interest, make annual payments manageable. Grants and financial aid, like the U.S. Foreign Military Financing Program, can cover a portion of the cost. Leasing is another option. Countries can lease jets, lowering initial costs and including maintenance. At the end of the lease, they can buy, extend, or return the aircraft. Phased acquisition is key. Start with a small batch, add more as budgets and skills grow. This incremental approach matches procurement pace with financial capacity. By combining loans, grants, leasing, and phased purchases, countries like the Philippines can make acquiring F-16s realistic. It's not a reckless gamble, but a carefully planned investment. The right financial roadmap makes modernization possible. The challenge is designing a plan that fits national priorities. The Philippines isn't the first to face this challenge. Poland, after joining NATO, replaced its old MiGs with F-16s using a long-term, low-interest U.S. loan and offset investments that boosted local industries. Romania, with a limited budget, bought surplus F-16s from Portugal and Norway, using phased payments to build its fleet over time. Egypt, a major U.S. ally, built a massive F-16 fleet through decades of steady American military aid, not a single purchase. These countries modernized without sacrificing economic development. The key: creative financing, strategic patience, and strong partnerships. Whether through loans, second-hand deals, or sustained aid, there are proven methods to make it work. Modernization is a marathon, not a sprint. Careful planning and international cooperation are essential. These examples show the Philippines can achieve its goals responsibly. The F-16 is not a fantasy, but a strategic objective within reach. The path is proven. What's needed is commitment and vision. The lesson balance is possible, and modernization can go hand in hand with national growth. The world's experience is a roadmap for the Philippines. A critical piece is foreign military financing, or FMF. FMF is a U.S. grant program, money given to allies to buy American defense equipment. It's not a loan. It doesn't need to be paid back. For the Philippines, FMF could dramatically reduce the real cost of F-16s. FMF isn't just commercial, it's strategic, ensuring allies can operate seamlessly with U.S. forces. Interoperability means joint operations are more effective, strengthening alliances. FMF is also a powerful signal of American commitment, deterring potential aggressors. In the South China Sea, this alliance strength is as important as the jets themselves. Securing FMF would be a diplomatic and financial victory for the Philippines. It would ease concerns about social spending and show modernization doesn't have to come at the people's expense. FMF is the key to a balanced path forward. Smart diplomacy can unlock both security and economic stability. The heart of the matter is balance. The debate shouldn't be a zero-sum game. Defense and social progress can go hand in hand. Responsible governance means pursuing both. A nation that can't protect its territory is incomplete, but one that neglects its people is hollow. The F-16 payment would be a planned, manageable line item, a fraction of the budget. The government's task: ensure this doesn't cannibalize essential services. Fiscal discipline, better tax collection, and economic growth can expand the budget for both jets and social programs. A secure nation attracts investment and protects resources, fueling long-term prosperity. Defense is not just an expense, it's an investment in stability. Transparency is crucial. The government must explain the deal and show it won't undermine healthcare or education. Honest debate can build consensus. The goal: a nation that is both strong and compassionate. Security and social progress are not opposites, they are partners in building the future. The F-16 debate is more than a discussion about a jet. It's a defining moment, a reckoning with the Philippines' place in the world and its priorities at home. The real solution lies in balance, not extremes. Other nations have shown this is possible with the right tools and will. Filipinos are learning. These deals are structured over decades, not paid tomorrow. An informed public is the best check on government decisions. The passionate debate is a sign of a healthy democracy. The challenge is to forge a consensus that values both sovereignty and social progress. The true test of leadership is to serve both imperatives, defending the nation and uplifting its people. The F-16 is a catalyst for change, forcing the country to define its future. With care, transparency, and balance, the Philippines can build a nation secure in its borders and just in its society. The choice made now will define the nation for a generation.